What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 374 of the Confidence in the Klutch podcast with Donald Nelson on the Confidence in the Klutch network. Click that bell for notification, new content when I drop, new media. Energy is up, health is wealth, man. Hope y'all had a good weekend, good week. Let's talk about this NBA week, man, with these playoffs. Insights and opinions from your boy Deezus. Listen, I don't have my iPad today. Bella's cord to her charger broke. She came and got mine, and I didn't take her to get another one, and I didn't go upstairs to charge my iPad. So the music would get punched in. It won't be live today. So I'll add that later on. Let's talk about it. Yo, I was watching, first of all, inside the NBA afterwards. That's why people be late to work during playoff season and like just be tired because you stay up to watch that. That'd be as enjoyable as the games when you love basketball. When they were doing circuit training last week, talking about Chuck need to lose some weight, and he was going around in the last station. It was like a punching dummy. I don't know what you would call it. Not almost like a punching bag stand, a punching stand, and he had to end up hitting Kendrick Perkins in the face. That shit was just stupid, man. They doing shit, calling him a roach with a picture of him with a gap in his teeth and shit. Like that's just they just do shit, man. Damn, Perk, man. You be doing shit, man. So that shit just funny to me. I love everybody involved, man. Competition, I guess. All right, y'all. Let's jump into it. Let's go and start in the Eastern Conference, man. The Celtics and the Heat. You know, game 2, the Heat won. They were doing things a little bit different because they were shooting crazy hot from tray ball as far as Miami goes, which opens up the drive. When you get the trays, now we got to close out on the trays. We're getting easy baskets all around the board. And then if you don't close out because now you're ready for the drive, now we sweating things. You know what I mean? And that game was crazy because it seemed like Boston couldn't hold Miami on the floor. But when you're making shots from the outside, it looks like we can't hold you. You're making shots from the outside. And some of them shots we were giving y'all with certain players, so that's what it was, though. But Miami was 23 of 43 from three-point land, and Boston was 12 of 32, and you do the math with that. You know, Hero created like a motherfucker. Yeah, 24, 6-11 from Trey Ball at 14 assists. Now, game 3, Celtics handled that business, 104-84. Ain't no South Beach sessions. Ain't no we was kicking it too much, and we didn't come to play. 21-12 first quarter set the tone for the rest of the game for Boston. Celtics up 2-1. Then last night, game 4, Boston wins 102-88. As we see, it is what it is. Derek White, which I must say, with his haircut, I remember last year people was fucking with him with his hairline and shit, and I remember going on NBA Today with Malika, like in the beginning of the year, like maybe September, August, saying he wanted to show his new hair. He had a hat on. You can tell that brother was going through some self-esteem issues, and I was so proud of him. You know, people was making fun of him inside the NBA, but it's all good. He had a career high, 38 last night. 3 assists, 3 blocks. Love that for him. Boston had a fucking layup line. Like they had the layup line where, the AAU cold, when the cold cats come in the gym and they just, and cats doing plenty layups, and then some cats are whacker, and other cats coming whacker, and other cats whacker. You know what I'm saying? They had that type of layup line. Like, damn, bro. Like, yeah, they finna blow whoever they finna play. All that shit doing all that shit. They finna blow whoever they is out the fucking gym. And yes, that's what they did. Now, on Bam Adebayo, I ain't talking all the strategy with the basketball shit. They just attacked. They attacked the rim. Miami couldn't defend them. And that green monster, even though Porzingis was limited and didn't play, Boston just proved to be too much for Miami. With Jason Tatum, and we have the shooting the shot after the whistle to see it go in, and motherfuckers don't want you to catch no rhythm, and Bam put his hand up and tried to block his shot, and Jason Tatum came down on his leg. None of that shit need to Bam. You could let him shoot the shot. You didn't let him shoot it, so fuck, we're going to give you a flagrant because it is what it is. I don't agree with that. But with the rule of the land, we just can't say, fuck it, Jason Tatum, you shouldn't have shot the shot because, Bam, you didn't have to do what you did. Because in a minute, what they're going to do is start outlawing that shit, and I can see from last night, they might say, if you shoot the ball after the bell, but motherfuckers been doing this shit forever. They can't say we'll give you a technical. They can give you a warning, And if they get a warning, then you can get a technical. I can see them doing something like that, though. But that's basketball. As long as you go get the rebound, you can do that shit. Now, at the lower levels, you really don't see that. But in the league, you see that all day. So, you know what I'm saying? But it's after the whistle all the way around, G. So with Boston up 3-1 right now, I see them going back to Boston and closing this shit out. The 4-5 series, Cavs and Magic, Game 3, Magic win 121-83. They led by as much as 43. I'm like, damn, I'm not watching that series at all. Little bit pieces here and there. Game 4, Magic win again. Cleveland has no answer for the energy that Orlando brings and the depth they have on their roster. You don't know where it's coming from almost, but they got too much. So now the series is tied 2-2 going back to Cleveland tonight. So we're going to see what's up with that. That game, pivotal Game 5, they always say that. The problem is with this series, no team has won on the other's home court. So we're looking for Orlando to go in tonight and make a statement by winning that game, putting pressure on Cleveland to come down to Orlando and not get closed out. 2-7 series. Sixers. Game 3, Sixers win 125-114. Embiid had that career playoff high 50 points. Post-game, he talked about Bell's palsy. Shout out to Joel for playing with it, playing through it. We know he's not 100. We know that leg, that knee ain't 100. Thoughts and prayers, G. But you can't Bobby Brown the basketball at the free throw line, Embiid. We know you hurt. But, dog, Bobby Brown, the ball came to him and he, Bobby Brown that shit like that. You can't pump the basketball, Embiid. Did y'all see that shit? That shit was hilarious, man. And one thing you can't do, cause you can't grab a motherfucker out the air when you on the ground. That shit was dangerous as hell. The Mitchell Robinson ain't played since. Cause he just got his shit repaired, surgically repaired, and you grab a motherfucking and you heard it. Man, I don't understand why that wasn't a flagrant 2 and Joel got his ass up out of there. You know what I mean? You can't do that shit. So I like Dante DiVincenzo to checking his ass. I like that. Game 4, Brunson had a big first half, 23-2-7, ended up with 47, which is a Knicks playoff scoring record, and 10 assists, 1 turnover. Now it is what it is. Embiid got to quit tripping. He elbowing motherfuckers, doing all types of shit. Embiid always did a little shit. Draymond and Embiid be doing little shit. Some motherfuckers will call them dirty. They be doing little shit. You know what I mean? Making it tough for a motherfucker. But they be doing little shit that ain't cool all the time, motherfucker. Chill out, because somebody not gonna like that shit one time and choke the shit out of somebody. Embiid, we don't want to hear post-game that New York fans is in Philly and you didn't like that shit. Well, buy up some tickets and beat and pass them out to some kids on the block then. Motherfuckers sell their tickets on the secondary market. It is what it is. They do what the hell they want to with their tickets. They didn't accept the challenge. The fans that was there, I guarantee that place hold like 19,000. You can't tell me it was shit 9,500 in there. That was all Knicks that made it that loud, motherfucker. Knicks up 3-1. Tonight, they can close out the Sixers at Madison Square Garden. That's what we're going to see. Oh, 3-6 Bucks Pacers. Y'all know Milwaukee, so we're going to spend a little time on this one. Game 2, Dame at 15 in the first quarter. He ended up with 34 in the 5. But Siakam showed him and the Bucks why he's a fucking all-star. Led his team 37, 11, and 6. Playoff career high in points. Man, now it's a series. Remember, Pacers won 4 out of 5 against the Bucks in the regular season. So, you know, I can't believe that at that point in time, that, okay, we need to worry like that as far as Milwaukee as the series progresses. But, you know, we only an injury away from shit being fucked up. And shout out to the bitch-ass white people in the stands that called Tyrese Halliburton's brother a nigger during Game 1. Fuck y'all. This is why this is the worst place to be as a black man in America with all the negative statistics we lead in the country here in Milwaukee. And this is why they want motherfuckers to stay here, play for Marquette, play for Wisconsin, do all this shit, and cats get the fuck up out of here because of the bullshit that be going on here. It's the most racist place. Now, I don't want to go to the South just because of the history of the South, but shit, would you rather have the people with the Confederate flags running around or the people with their garage door open and it's on this wall or this wall and you don't know it because they fake that shit? You know what I mean? We'll talk about that in the comments. Keep the comments going. We'll see. Game 3. The Bucks Took their first lead of the game with 93-92 with 9 minutes and 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pacers led by as much as 19. Chris hit that tying three with 1.4 left on the clock. Descended to OT like, good shit, Chris. Good shit, Chris. No Giannis, right? Middleton took a terrible shot with about 37 seconds left in OT in the tie game, and Indiana went down and hit a tray ball. Middleton came back and hit another three to tie the game with 6.7. Okay, Chris. Okay, Chris. Damn, like, yeah, Chris. Come on, fam. You don't get this shit. They inbounds to Halliburton. He got the ball in the backcourt, went up for a layup, returns to an and one because somebody with Pat Beverly on the switch or the pick or whatever, the indirection, and there wasn't nobody there and they helped like that. They didn't foul him. Pat Beverly fouled him from the back, it looked like, and that was it. Bucks lose. Now, Chris, who sprained his ankle during the game, his issue with his shit that he played through, but he sprained it again during the game. And Dame has an Achilles strain. So he's done for the rest of the playoffs, you ask me, right? No Giannis this series at all. We just weren't good enough and earned this badass matchup. That's what they get for not winning some of these games. In game 4, no Lillard, no Antetokounmpo. The Bucks stayed around. But the text on Siakam and Beverly were trash with the I can't say shit to you. Let them show some emotion. It's the playoffs. Bobby was finna break Nimhard's face, right? Little dog got plenty of energy on Indiana, but Bobby don't play that shit, though. He don't care. Whatever time, score, situation, I'm going to let you know who the fuck I am. But Bobby, when he went for the second time and tried to grab his shit, that got Bobby ejected. So he got to be smarter than that. You know what I mean? With Giannis being out, with Dame being out, you can't leave Chris out there like that and man, you just can't do it, Bobby. All right. But I was like, yo, it's over right then. Fuck it, it's over. Lopez and shit, right? So, but it's used the fuck out of me. Shit, the Bucks led 64-67 at half on 59% shooting. I'm like, okay. 32-20 points in the paint. Like, okay then. But the Pacers ended up winning 126-113. We couldn't sustain what the fuck we were doing in the first half and the second half. And that's the problem with the Bucks. We didn't have that closer like that create off the dribbler, that all that shit, that extending their defense out. Man, there was a lot going on. Pacers up 3-1. Game 5 tonight in Milwaukee, man, I can see us going home. We cannot play Dame or Giannis. We got to worry about next season at this point in time. Let's move on to the West, y'all. West, y'all. The Thunder and the Pelicans. Game 2. Thunder jumped out 35-22 lead. That's all that she wrote. Yo, Thunder way too much for the Pelicans, 124-92. Game 3, Thunder too much for the Pelicans. Game 4, Thunder 97-89. So what can you say about the Thunder except, wow, yes, they won and they beat the Pelicans without Zion, right? But Lou Dort made shit hard this whole series for B.I. You know what I mean? Because B.I. couldn't get shit going in this series, in his 4-0 sweeps. So if we look at everything that's next for the Thunder, they got the Clipper-Dallas winner, right? They 2-1 versus the Clippers in the regular season, 3-1 versus Dallas. Shea averaged 22 versus Dallas, his lowest versus West opponent, and 27 versus the Clippers. Now for the Pelicans, they got to make a decision on B.I. I love Brandon Ingram. But if Zion is healthy next year, we need to keep B.I. But if Zion is out before the trade deadline, we need to trade B.I. to see what we get. They're young, so but it seems like B.I. He needs a point guard that can help get him in better situations scoring. I believe CP3 needs to look at possibly signing with I keep on saying the Thunder, the Pelicans, right? It will come back a 180, right? 180 going back to the beginning, going backwards, because he got drafted by the New Orleans Hornets. They need a point guard, dog, because CJ ain't a point guard. He's a scorer. He's like more of a 2. So they need somebody that can create for others, man. Alvarado just ain't it, fam. They need a creating point guard. Shout out to them. 4-5 series, Mavs. Game 2, Mavs. Listen, Kawhi plays, and it wasn't enough. Mr. Luka, man, playing at his own pace and talented as fuck. Luka and Kawhi play at their own pace. Sometimes it's a detriment to their teams. But the game came down to making shots. Dallas 42% from the field. LA Clippers, 36% from the field. Dallas 42% from trade. LA Clippers 27%. Yeah, I mean, it come down to making shots, man. That was 1-1. So game 3, Kawhi comes back. They figured out how to beat the Clippers now. Kawhi plays at his own pace and speed, right? So it doesn't work when Dallas plays faster than that. And we got to get Kawhi his shots. Westbrook getting ejected, right? He has to control his emotions because we need you, Westbrook, without Kawhi. We need you. I understand you ain't no punk, you ain't no bitch, you ain't no hoe. I get that shit, but you got to control a little bit more, G, because we need you. We need you. Now, the Mavs figured out how to beat the Clippers with no Kawhi, right? With Kawhi. Now, game 4 with no Kawhi, I want to know the games 2 and 3 for the Clippers fuck up their flow because they came out guns blazing 39-16. You know what I mean? PG was balling, 8-11 from Trey Ball, 16 points, same as the Mavericks. But quarter ones in the series, the first game, third game, fourth game, Clippers won games 1 and 4 without Kawhi and lost the last 2 he played, right? So if we look at the first game, no Kawhi, 2 and 3 with Kawhi, fourth game without Kawhi, ding, 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 ding. Kawhi don't need to play this series. Get healthy, bro, because we got to go through you. We got to do too much shit, right? We got to do way too much shit. Way too much shit. Now, PG and James got it, right, with all the others on the team. They got it with the others. Kawhi has to sit, y'all, for real. This Nuggets-Lakers series, game 3, Nuggets bust that ass, 112-105. They have 4 players with 20+. Lakers just don't have enough. They right there, though. The Nuggets have their number. Lakers led by 12 again for the third game in a row and lost game 3. Game 4, Lakers win, but this time they sustained, right? That's how they won. They were up 61-48 at half. Second half of the game, they held on to the lead and increased it by 19. But, you know what I'm saying? AD and Jokic played a new big man game. Inside, out. I'm going to take you in. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to create. Brian got in the post and slashed more. Lakers shot 50% from the field and beat the Nuggets. Points in the paint, 72-52. Like, no sweep. Now, if they had back one of those games, this is what I was thinking game 4. If they had back one of them games, they was ahead at halftime in games 1, 2, and 3. It would be... And 2 of those games were double digits. It'll be a great series, right? Ever since Brown picked Jokic the last in the Utah All-Star game shit, the Nuggets were 1-11 against the Lakers, 1-7 in the playoffs. Remember, no team has ever come back down to win the series 3-0. Last night, game 5 in Denver, Lakers led at half again, only 53-50 though. But AD was balling. Murray, who had a calf strain, that he was adamant about playing because he did not want to go back to LA and he wanted to make sure they put the motherfuckers out of commission. Now, Austin Reeves, we in a close game. He took a fadeaway with 50 seconds left, was not smart. We just got down and we could have got a better shot than a fadeaway. He rushed that shit. And then, to me, Jokic flails his arms too much to be all that waiting to motherfuckers and just leaning on motherfuckers. Like, he can't just do that shit. Sometimes that's too much. Brian hits 2 free throws to tie. Murray go down and ice the shit. 2 games out of 5, Murray iced that shit. Right? That calf strain did not stop him from getting into the hole and making shots at all. The Lakers played them well. I hope this isn't the best that somebody's going to play them in the playoffs. I don't believe so. They don't have a better player than Porter Jr., the Lakers, and that was the difference. You know, so Brian did his thing with 39 and 11, man. You can't ask for nothing more than Brian, and Murray killed. So next for the Nuggets, the Wolves. It's going to be a great series. We'll get into that at the end, what I think. Next for the Lakers. Lakers playing tournament bound the last 3 out of 4 years. Second straight year they knocked out by the Nuggets. Last year was the Western Conference Finals. They have 2 playoff series wins since 2020 when they won their title. Last year was 2. That was last year in 23. We got player options for LeBron this year, 51.4, D-Lo 18.7. What is Bron going to do with his $51 million player option? Do they want to rip it up and give him 3 for what? What Bron going to do? 3 for shit. Whew, fuck. Well, what he gonna do? He gonna want like 3 for 180 or some shit like that. I don't know, Brian. If Brian takes that full salary, we can't get no shit. Then what AD gonna want to do? Like, man, I done attached the shit. We got the one title, man, but I'm wasting my prime over here with this shit. They play with Bronny. We don't know, but Brian did say post game he got a kid playing AAU right now. Where I got to see what my son want to do. My oldest, my second oldest playing AAU. My baby playing volleyball, and my wife is doing great things. So I just want to get home, rest up, and get ready for training camp. So that don't sound like a nigga locked in, whatever. But I mean, it's post game, whatever. But if Brian take a pay cut, it would help the Lakers out tremendously to do something else. But they need to bring in somebody young. We can't go old. We got to bring in somebody young that still can defend on the wing and can make shots and create for others. Does Darvin come back? Darvin been there 2 years. Those 2 years, the Milwaukee Bucks have suffered. That's the reason the Milwaukee Bucks suck. It wasn't Coach. Fuck. I'm having a mental blank right now. Our coach when we won the title, right? It wasn't his fault. It wasn't the brother fault that we got this year. It ain't Doc's fault. Is that defensive intensity and the relationship he had with the players that Darvin Helm left, we don't have that here. Let him come back to Milwaukee if Doc wants to get out because he is what we need. Now, in the offseason, can you go and get PG? Tell him to come across the hall, see what he's trying to do? Because rumblings is either the Clippers, it's either the Philly, it's Orlando, it's Lake Show, whatever. Brown don't take that money, you can go. Trae Young, I can't see Trae Young out in L.A. It could work, though. But Trae Young might want to attach his shit to somewhere else. Donovan Mitchell, I don't see that game fitting in with Bron and AD. Lakers might be stuck with what the fuck they got, right? But they need to get younger. In our final series out west, Timberwolves Suns, listen, Ant-Man, that's all I got to say. Game 2, Ant-Man and Cat didn't have good games offensively and the foul trouble and shit. And the other stepped in. McDaniels 25-8, Gobert and Conley 18 apiece. Booker had 20, KD had 8. Wolves are outscoring the Suns by 18.5 over the first 2 games of the series, right? But it is what it is. Game 3, Anthony Edwards looks, plays, and leads like the best player on the floor every game, and the Suns look terrible. In Game 4, holy shit, Ant-Man. Still by him, then caught his own ISO on Bill, who just turned the bitch over and gets the poster dunk on Bill with Durant running away, man. Bam. Ant-Man. Conley got fouled and ran into Chris Finch, who had to be helped off and shit. And he has a torn patella tendon now, and he has surgery tomorrow. And it was the Wolves' first sweep in franchise history. 4-0, baby. So next for the Wolves, Denver. We'll talk about that next. Next for the Suns, 26-19. Listen, 26-19 this season when the Big Three played. The Big Three is owed over $150 million next season. Suns have no control over draft picks and shit, meaning they'll get the lesser draft pick in every traded pick that they have. That's fucked. They ain't got no second round picks. Man, so that means they always going to be lower first round. Man, trading Aiden and CP3 exposed them, and those were 2 spots where they lacked all season and they needed that post presence on the inside, defensive presence inside. They needed a point guard to create, and y'all gave it away. Ask Book if he wants to stay, right? Then see what you can get for Bill and KD, or one of those. If Book wants to leave, see what KD wants to say. If he says no, you have to trade Book and KD and keep Bill. Did you see when Bill fouled out, he just smacked Vogel hand? He was pissed at the call, not the coach, though. People try to say he don't shake the coach hand. No, motherfuckers is bad. He's a professional. Bill is a professional. He ain't never did no whole shit. You can't put that on his jacket. Now, Vogel and James Jones. Vogel needs another year. He's a defensive coach. Y'all gave him a team with no point guard, Joe. Matt Ishbia, the owner, came in, and this shit ain't all on James Jones because James Jones made those deals with the approvals of both the old and new owners. Remember, the day Matt Ishbia came into power by noon, he traded for KD by like 2. Right before the trade deadline. That was trade deadline day. That shit got pushed through so you can get KD. It was a hell of a gamble, but it didn't pay off this year. They need a point guard. They need a post present. Nurkic wasn't it. Trying to have Bill and Booker being point guards ain't it. Ain't it? So we know right now we got one Western Conference semifinals set, right? Out of all the semifinals, right? we got a Western Conference one. We got the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. Listen, Jokic against the T-Wolves in the regular season averaged 33.3, 58% from the field, 11.8 rebounds, 4.3 assists, right? Murray didn't play in one of those games. Timberwolves averaged 26, 48% from the field, 4.5 assists. Towns missed 3 games. Gobert missed 1 game. I'm picking the Timberwolves for that series. And we'll get into it once the games get to play. You know, I like to see game 1, game 2s, or whatever, but I'm picking the Timberwolves out the gate. All right, y'all? Let me know in the comments, man. Keep this shit going and going. All right, without doing no music, this shit is crazy, though. WNBA news now. I recorded, and as soon as I got done recorded, they released Caitlyn Clark's Nike deal, right? She was signing reportedly, 4-year, $28 million contract? No, 8-year, $20 million contract. Includes a signature shoe. Now, per ESPN, the new deal would be the richest sponsorship contract for a women's basketball player. Puma bailed out when they heard the bidding will start at $3 million. Adidas offered her $6 million over 4 years. Absolutely not. Under Armour, $16 million over 4 years, both for signature shoes as well as Adidas. Nah. It's not her fault, y'all. It's Caitlyn. Hey, if I come in and I'm bringing all this shit, it's not I'm taking away from other motherfuckers. I should be bringing shit to other people, right? I should be bringing shit to other people. It's not Caitlyn's fault. We always want to throw it in like it's the new motherfucker's fault. No, it's the people in power that's giving this shit popping. But she's bringing so much fucking momentum. We need to not jump on her shit, but now it's time for you to go and you to blow. Now it's your turn right now. You got a great opportunity. Let's take it, y'all. And I seen Nike is doing this air campaign with a lot of different players' signature shoes and trying to take it to the next level. Asia is one of the shoes that's coming up out of this next level, a new way of doing shit. Nike with their using AI with their shoes. Don't fuck up Asia because we're using AI and all this shit, though. Don't make it a test dummy for this shit, though. So Asia shoe is coming. We just didn't know it, y'all. We just didn't know it. Shout out to ESPN because now the WNBA fantasy draft now allows us to create fantasy league. Last few years, you had to jump in. So I will have a conference in the Klutch Fantasy League. Now, the problem is it's not going to be like football and basketball where I have 10 members because there's only 12 WNBA teams. So I like a 6-person, 3 in each division league for that. All right? On Sunday, Candace Parker retired from the W after 16 seasons, 13 with the Sparks, 2 with the Sky, 1 with the Aces. She got a left foot injury that forced her to miss the rest of the season last year, starting in July. And she, based upon her Instagram post, she needs surgery again. She said, I just can't do this shit. She done had 10 surgeries. Now, Candace Parker, Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Diana Taurasi. Pick your order, right? Pick your order for WNBA GOATs. And I can't forget Tamika Catchings at all, right? Out of them 5. Pick your order, whatever you want. Candace is in that 5 as the GOATs. She's on that shit. Clearly wanted to go to the W. Not women's basketball, but wanted to go to the W and women's basketball. I'm not leaving out Cheryl Miller and all the great Lieberman Klein and all them great women that played before, Dawn Staley's and all that shit. I'm talking about the W. Man, it is what it is. That new logo they got is either her or Taurasi, right? 3-time WNBA champion, 2-time MVP, 7-time first team, 7-time All-Star, Defensive Player of the Year in 2020, Rookie of the Year, 2-time NCAA champion, 2-time Most Outstanding Player, Naismith Basketball Player of the Year as well, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. That was some funny shit in 2016 with all that Connecticut shit and y'all left her off. A player and forget that shit. That shit was foul. She was the first girl to win the McDonald's All-American Dunk Contest, man. Came in the league and won Rookie of the Year and MVP. That shit don't happen, y'all. Listen, here's why she's possibly could be the GOAT and she got her case, right? All-time, 9th in points, 3rd in rebounds, 7th in assists, 5th in blocks, GOAT status. The only player in the WNBA history to rank top 10 in all of those categories. They should have, hey. Her versatility inside and out. The handle. Uka catch and catch. The dimes. She dunked in a couple games. People like to see the dunks. My man Jay, shout out J.I. Man, the girl, we need to lower the room. She one of the motherfuckers. Hell no, we ain't got to lower the room. But she a motherfucker that would dunk in the game. A couple times. The dimes, right, creating for others. And most importantly, her defense, man. That went overlooked when people would talk about everything she did. Her defense and her competitive spirit and accountability for all around her. Like, yo, I love to play with Candace. Man, fuck this shit. Man, get that scrawl on it, man. Like, scowl, like, man, fuck this shit, man. And, hey, yo, hey, shit, man. I started the season in 2K with her. Why? To play with her and the Aces. So when the update comes through and they put all the WNBA rookies on there, of course they're going to take her off. So I had to play without the rookies that I started on this season right now, and that's fine. But it doesn't have the rookies, but I got all the offseason moves. So we good. That smile is breathtaking. And I would be remiss if I didn't say, she is the finest female basketball player ever. The finest motherfucker. Y'all tell me the finest. She was at Tennessee. I'm like, yo, who is this, man? I'm telling you, she's the finest female player ever. If I can make a prototype basketball player right now, she would be it. Still to this day, what she can do. If I was to bring her in the league right now, right? With everything she did, with stretching that shit out to the tray ball, man, stop it. Right now in this game, coming in shooting the three like that, we good, y'all. Shout out, thank you, Candace. We appreciate you. Congratulations on a new baby coming in. Everything that's going on, man. I love that for y'all, man. You do your thing. Quick ones, y'all. Let's get up out of here. We talked about the Drake shit last week. Drake had to take the Taylor Made Freestyle off of social media due to Tupac's estate, urging him to take it down due to personality reasons. Here's the thing. There's conflicting stories about the Tupac estate. His sister has input, and a trustee who signed Tupac to Interscope, who his daughter heard his tape. Y'all seen in the shit. His daughter heard his tape back in the day and like, yo, sign him, daddy. He's a good rapper type shit. He's the man that's entrusted to this shit. Interscope, K-Dot, do the math, right? They got a great relationship with K-Dot, and that's what it said in the message to his sister. We got a great relationship with K-Dot, man. Hell no. Take that shit down. Fair. Drake sent the message, though, to K-Dot. Still was creative as fuck, y'all. He should have asked for permission, though. Heisman Trust reinstates Reggie Bush and gives back his trophy. Okay, that's fine. Due to the changing landscape of college football was the reason. Somebody getting your parents a crib ain't got shit with you running that football and going to practice every day. He shouldn't have got shit taken away. They pick and choose when they wanted to do in the NCAA. You know what I never hear about football shit when it comes to improper benefits like that? You never hear white players getting that shit. Especially in the SEC. Y'all don't think they's paying motherfuckers in the SEC and the Big 12 in the South? Come on, man. In Wisconsin, Senator Ron Johnson wants to show voters what an abortion looks like during various times to educate them. It's called Google. Is that needed or wanted? Like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, Ron. Like, come on. We can Google and find out what that shit looks like. Get the fuck out of here, B. And the United States Senate passes aid for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan in the form of $95 billion. That's with a B. We pass aid to get these countries all this damn money. We got homeless people. We got people in poverty killing each other. We got people in bad living situations. We got children in schools like just terrible and dilapidated and all that shit. Yo, we're all fools, man. We vote these motherfuckers in. They actors, man. All the shit we go through in this country, right? Right? And all the roadblocks that are up to halt the successes of people. All of that fucking money, you know what I mean? All that fuck you money we just gave to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan because of our interests worldwide. I get it. Come on, man. That's way more than enough to fix homelessness, poverty, food insecurities, obesity, and other ills Americans face, man. That's major bullshit, man. Cut the country a check, man. We all know why they want to ban TikTok in the U.S. within a year and the Chinese owners don't sell. And it has nothing to do with our children's needs. It's about having a monopoly in social media, man. Whew. All right, y'all, we out, man. Like I said, I add the music in. I might not. I'll figure out how I feel when I get to edit in the bitch, man. It's all good, man. Thank y'all for tuning in this week. I love and appreciate all of y'all, my confidencers, my clutchers. Get your confidence together. Get your clutch together. Support your own, y'all. Listen to and follow the network on various platforms. confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com, wherever you listen to your podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Click that bell for notifications of new content when I drop. Search Confidence in the Clutch. Follow, share, rate, and review is important. Follow us on X and Instagram at KITK. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Clutch. I'm trying to find this camera more, too, y'all. Twice weekly, Donald Nelson, D-Nell, Dizzle, Deezy, Deezus, Don P, Don D, Little D, Donrilla Digger. Your host of the Confidence in the Clutch podcast with Donald Nelson, a Confidence in the Clutch podcast about sports, entertainment, music, culture, religion, politics, and society. Have a safe and healthy night. If you're listening during the daytime, create a great day on purpose. Take care of your mental health and your physical health first so you can take care of the others that you love, man. And remember, man, it's okay to be wrong, but it's always good to be right when you're wrong and admit it, y'all. Peace. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3 and the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.
Confidence in the clutch.